So this is some kind of a fun video. I mean, retirement tips. Welcome to Subramani. Largely, if you see, I position myself more as a retirement advisor, retirement planner. But largely, I do only blogging and giving lectures and that kind of stuff. So one question which people come and ask me is, do you think I'm saving enough for retirement? This is a complete giveaway question. It means you're not saving enough. You know in your heart that you're not saving enough, and therefore this question. So go and find out what kind of a corpus you need, and find out at 9-10% how will you reach this corpus, and for that how much money you need to put. This is not very difficult. You know the answer. It is like going and telling a doctor, how can I reduce my weight? It's simple. You need to eat smartly. You need to exercise. So we know it. So we keep on asking people that somebody will say that this is adequate. It is nothing called adequate, because you have no clue how long you will live, right? So those are the risks that you take. So if you are in doubt, there's a good chance that you're not, right? There are many ways in which you can outlive your money, and that is the biggest worry. But I think you can have a simple and flexible retirement plan which with just about say 40 times your annual expenses, and live comfortably in that. It is not impossible. It is not such a rocket science. It is not that you need much more than what is 40 times, right? But you have to make sure that you don't lose money to some stupid golden forest scheme or some chit fund where you don't get back your money, or buy some equity shares. Like I saw one retired person buying with half his retirement money. He bought Yes Bank at a price of 200 rupees. It's gone. Right? So these kind of mistakes you can't afford, but other than that, life is not so complicated. We try to make it complicated. Many people I know would spend much more time to decide which shirt to wear and which pant to wear, or what to order in a restaurant, more than what they should do for their retirement. Now these people, I have no clue why, what their importance is in terms of their own life, but they will not talk to their spouse about how they're going to retire, what they're going to do. They find the whole thing very depressing, and they keep saying you have to keep your mind and body alert, and all that's great. But when you see a 74-year-old man suffer from dementia, you realize that, okay, from 74 to 100, somebody is going to look after him for 26 years. Dementia is not a killer. It's not blood pressure that it takes a toll on your heart. It just doesn't do anything, but it exasperates the people looking after you, right? So don't pretend that you have enough money. It is very difficult to say how much money one really needs. That is the problem. So it's, getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth at night, right? These are all nice things. Dentists tell us why we should do it, how should you use mouthwash, how often, etc., etc. We listen to it and we don't implement it. That's fine. So you end up paying a huge bill to the dentist. And similarly, when you hear simple, boring, dull advice, which is to start early, keep investing. If you don't understand, choose an index fund, keep upping the amount of money. Whenever you have a surplus, put money into the same scheme. Absolutely no problem to find a new scheme every month, but you don't need to, right? So you can do this, yes. But the question is, are you doing it? Are you flossing your teeth? Are you using mouthwash on a daily basis? That's what we are trying to ask, right? Simple stuff. But simple stuff doesn't mean it gets done. That's the problem, right? Many of us, even in the press, keep hoping and pretending that we will go back to the pre-2004 days. What is pre-2004 days? It is the assured pension or the assured benefit, right? Just rubbish the thought, banish the thought. It is not happening. The question is, how are we going to be able to convince the army people that with very high salaries, and salaries are really high after the 7th pay commission, contributory index, contributory pension cannot work. Contributory pension could have worked when the salaries were low. Just imagine the pensions, the toll that pensions can take in 2040 for the army alone. We must go back and thank Manmohan Singh for making it compulsory, that NPS was compulsory, and defined pension had gone, right? And there is no government which got the ability to bring it back, and no government which has the guts to take it away from the army. Right, so we'll live with that, but remember, don't pretend that we will go back to those days. We will not go back to those days. If there is any subsidy coming in this country, it is coming from you and me. We are in the top 2% of the country's economy, so very good chance that we will subsidize the balance people. But expecting anything from the government, even a tax concession, seems to be ridiculous. It's out, right? So be careful about that. Sadly, in India, we do not have target date funds, so a 22-year-old today can't go and say, oh, I want this 38 years later, I want this money back, so right now you manage it for me. That's not available, which means IFAs and other financial advisors, RIAs, maybe insurance agents, whatever name called, this is a great opportunity for them to learn and be able to help their clients achieve that. A real smart fund manager can beat the index, there is absolutely no doubt. The question is, will he remain smart year on year for 10 years or 15 years, or is he just saying, put your money here, whatever your goals, we will be able to meet it because your goals are reasonable and your return expectation is reasonable, right? Thank you.